Um, Hi, everyone, and welcome to our summer camp parent meeting. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's great to see all of you join us. My name is Claire Baumgartner. I'm the recreation supervisor who oversees summer camp programs for the Morton Grove Park District. I am also joined here with Sarah Lindahl. She's our camp coordinator. She helps out. She goes to each camp and is support for each camp. Um, and then I also have our head counselor, Matt Holly, here.
Hello.
And then I have Jasmine. She is one of our counselors, and Sebastian, he's another one of our counselors. So I'm going to go over a few general items, and then I'm going to turn it over to Matt, and he will go over some specifics for your camp. So the COVID guidelines for summer camps are ever changing these days. The current camp guidelines through the IDPH still have certain guidelines in place. We may see these change in phase 5, which is supposed to begin on Friday. So things might look a little bit different here in the near future, but for right now, these are the guidelines that we will be adhering to. So masks will need to be worn indoors, and then we will wear them outside when we can't social distance. We will continue our increased sanitation efforts and hand washing. So we'll have hand washing between each activity, and extra hand washing. We ask that each parent check their child for their CDC identified COVID-19 symptoms every morning before camp. If you find that your child is exhibiting any of those symptoms, please keep them home from camp that day. If you would like a complete list of those symptoms, you can either look on the CDC website or you can email me and I can send them to you. Our staff will check everyone in, and they will keep daily attendance records. There's no need to sign your child in. And then we will maintain social distances of 3 feet. And then, so I will have Matt go through the specifics on his camp, and then we'll answer some questions at the end.
Yep. Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Holly, and I'm going to be the head counselor for Safari Camp. So, first up, any items that need to be brought. So, I'm hoping that we're going to have access to a sprinkler. So, swimsuits and water shoes would be great if you guys could bring those. There's a nice grassy area out by the volleyball courts with a water outlet. So, we like to do that. A sack lunch is always preferred, just so we can just throw it away. And then sunscreen, preferably spray sunscreen, just because we're not allowed to help them apply it with COVID and everything. So spray sunscreen always is best. We'll do sunscreen twice during the 4 hour period, once before we go outside for park time, and then once after lunch before we go outside for our afternoon activity. Pickup and drop off will both be in the loading zone right in front of the Morton Grove Park District. Drop off will be at 9 a.m. and pickup will be at 1 p.m. If you are more than 5 minutes late twice over the summer, there is going to be a fee. Also, I will have a camp cell phone, a staff phone, if you ever need to call to pick up earlier for anything. And that number is, if you want to write it down, 224. Here, I'll give everybody a second.
Matt, I can always put it in the chat too.
Okay, doesn't matter.
And then for late pickup, it's actually at 10 minutes.
Okay, okay. Are you just gonna throw that in the chat?
I am.
Okay, perfect. Claire is gonna throw that number for the campsite phone in the chat. So field trips, we will not be having any field trips. We're also not able to go to the pool. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it worked out this summer. But like I said, if we get access to the sprinkler, I definitely want to use that because Kids tend to enjoy that a lot when we can't go to the pool. And then the last thing I have on my list is medications. If there are any medications that you need your child to have at camp, Benadryl, EpiPen, anything like that, there's a medication form for that you'll fill out, and then you can drop it off at the camp and have us keep it with us at all times, just in case of an emergency. But other than that, I am looking forward to camp unless there's anything else Claire wanted me to hit on.
Just one other thing that I wanted to mention. So for drop off and pickup, or for pickup specifically, for anyone that's picking up your child, they need to be on the camp authorization form. And if my staff doesn't recognize them, they will ask for an ID. So
Yes.
don't get offended if they ask for an ID. They're just trying to make sure that you are who they say they are. And then if there's anyone that's, kind of a random pickup that needs to pick up your kid or your child that you didn't have on your authorization form, just shoot me an email and then I will send that name to Matt and we'll write them on your form. All right, so that's what we wanted to touch on. Is there any questions that anyone has? Sure, you can go ahead and just unmute and ask questions.
So I had a question. Is it just a fee for late pickup or is it also for the morning drop off too? Like if we're running late in the morning or is it just for picking up late?
Yeah, just the afternoon. If you're running a little late, if you want to just shoot that cell phone a text message, that would be helpful.
No, because the reason is I have 2 kids at a 9 a.m. drop off and they're in 2 different locations, like 2 different camps. So like one of them is going to be a little bit late. I have to put them to.
Yeah. And then you can also, if you have 2 drop-off locations, you can drop off 5 minutes early.
So yeah, that's what I was going to ask. If it's possible, then that way my other kid would only be like 5 minutes late or something.
Yeah, then we're not so far off.
And is there, will you let us know the days that they should wear their swimsuits for the sprinkler, or will you let us know that later on?
I will include a schedule. I'll send out a newsletter every week. That'll have a schedule for the most part for what we're going to do besides like rain delays and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll definitely let everybody know beforehand to bring a swimsuit.
Okay. All right. And then last thing, was there anything else we were supposed to fill out and give to you guys that I didn't already fill out at the park district, or would we know when we drop them off the first day?
I have a list of who needs what, but if you filled out a camp authorization form and an acknowledgement of receipt of the camp manual, you're
then okay. All right. Okay, then. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I had a question.
Sure.
You'd mentioned, or the handbook said to wear no sandals. My kid usually is in water shoes, the not water shoes, but they're sandals, but with the clip and they're closed toed and everything. Is that cool, or should he really be wearing like sneakers every day?
I think as long as it's closed toed and it's straps on the back,
yeah,
that should be good.
Okay. And should he wear his swimsuit on the sprinkler days or just bring it and he can change in the bathroom or something?
We'll probably do it in the morning if we do go in sprinklers, just so that's easier for you guys. And then we'll have them go change in the bathroom by themselves. Okay. But yeah, if we're doing anything with the sprinkler or water balloons or something, I'll most likely do it in the morning, just so they're not wet when you're picking them up.
Yeah. Okay.
Then one question, if you don't mind, about lunches. Is it going to be lunch or is it like a snack?
It's going to be a full-on lunch because they are there till 1 and kind of late.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that'll be the only time that they're eating throughout the day. So we're just doing one lunch as opposed to in past years, we've done a lunch and a snack when it's been longer. But since it's only 4 hours, we'll just have the one time to eat our lunches during the day.
And is that going to be outdoors or are they eating inside? Or you don't know yet? Depends.
If it's a nice day and we have a grassy spot out there and there's nobody there, I wouldn't be opposed to taking them outside as long as they've got sunscreen for I don't know, maybe once a week, like a picnic thing, something like that. So we can.
Is there a peanut, anything like restrictions or anything?
Yeah, good question. No peanuts or tree nuts at camp. We do have
Okay,
an amount
great.
of allergies, so
Thanks.
you're welcome. All good questions. We do have a lot of time left, so any other questions, we'll knock them out. No? Okay. Does Sarah or Matt or maybe Jasmine or Sebastian, if you want to say anything to add?
Thank you all for coming. Looking forward to camp. It's going to be a lot of fun despite the restrictions we have. We're going to make it fun for the kids. So it'll be a good summer.
Okay. Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we are excited to get our different animal habitats started. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, sorry. There is going to be an animal theme every week, forest, jungle, safari, and I'll send that out in the newsletter as well. And we're going to do some activities each week pertaining to that.
Alrighty. Well, if anyone has any questions afterward, feel free to email me that you didn't think of. Feel free to email me, and we'll see everyone at Safari Camp. Right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Good job, everyone.